Hello everyone, I'm Mariska Putranabila and welcome to my English learning vlog. Today we will learn how to describe people, their looks and their personality. Just like Anne and her friends from Anne of Green Gables. Are you ready to learn English in a fun and creative way? Let's begin! By the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe people using adjectives. Words like kind, cheerful, or brave. You will also learn how to use is and has to describe someone's appearance and personality, just like how the story describes Anne and her friends. Now that we know our goals, it's time to explore a story that will help us learn English in a meaningful way. Anne of Green Gables. Let's open the first page and begin our story adventure.
Once upon a time, in the beautiful countryside of Canada, there lived a little orphan girl named Anne Shirley. She had bright red hair, curious green eyes, and a heart full of dreams. One afternoon, she rode in a carriage with Mr. Matthew Cuthbert, who was taking her to a place called Green Gables. Anne looked around and said softly, with wonder in her voice, "Oh, this is the most beautiful world." When the carriage stopped, Anne saw a lovely green-roofed house surrounded by flowers and tall trees. For the first time, Anne felt like she truly belonged somewhere. The gentle wind brushed her hair as she smiled, her heart full of hope. That evening, Anne joined Marilla and Matthew for dinner. She talked and talked about the trees, the flowers, and the sky with so much imagination that Marilla didn't know whether to laugh or to scold her. That night, Anne couldn't sleep. She looked out her window and talked to the stars. "Someday," she whispered, "I'll make Green Gables proud of me. I'll be kind, brave, and full of imagination." She smiled as the moonlight touched her face and dreamed of her new life. The next morning, Anne walked around the village of Avonlea. She greeted everyone she met, the baker, the farmer, and even the cat sleeping by the fence. "What a lovely world," she said happily. "I could live 100 years and never stop finding beauty." Soon, Anne started school. She was so excited that she talked faster than anyone else. She loved reading, writing stories, and sharing her ideas with her classmates. One girl named Diana Barry smiled and said, "You're really funny, Anne." Anne laughed and replied, "And you're so kind. Let's be best friends forever." And from that moment, a beautiful friendship began. From that day on, Anne and Diana were always together. They played in the garden, shared secrets, and dreamed about the future. But sometimes things weren't perfect. One day, a boy at school teased Anne about her red hair. Anne became upset and shouted, "I hate my hair!" Later, Marilla reminded her gently, "Your red hair is special, Anne." That night, Anne wrote in her diary, "Different isn't bad," she wrote. "I'll keep being kind, imaginative, and proud of who I am." Outside, the sunset glowed softly, just like Anne's heart, full of hope for tomorrow. And so, Anne of Green Gables taught us something special, that kindness, imagination, and confidence can make the world brighter. Because it's not what the world gives you, it's what you bring to it.
Let's begin with adjectives. Adjectives are words that helps us describe people, how they look, and what kind of person they are. In this story, Anne is cheerful, brave, and curious. These words tell us what Anne's personality is like, full of life and imagination. Adjectives can tell us about someone's appearance or personality. In the story, Anne has red hair and green eyes. That's how she looks. Marilla is strict but caring. That's who she is. And Diana, Anne's best friend, is friendly and sweet. When we describe someone's traits or personality, we use is or are before their adjective. In our story, we hear Anne is cheerful and kind. Marilla is strict but caring. And Diana is friendly and sweet. These adjectives tell us how each person acts or feels. To describe someone's appearance, we use has plus a noun. For example, Anne has red hair and green eyes. This shows her unique look. We can also say she has a bright smile because she's always full of joy. These words help us picture her clearly in our minds. Let's see adjectives in action. Anne is cheerful and imaginative. She always sees beauty in the world. She has red hair and green eyes. That's her special look. Marilla is strict but caring, and Diana is kind and friendly. Even when Anne is teased, she stays brave and learns to love herself. That's the power of positive adjectives. They show strength and kindness. Let's review together. Adjectives describe how people look and who they are inside. We use is or am before adjectives like kind or brave, and has when we talk about features like hair or eyes. For example, Anne is cheerful. She has red hair. Yeah, now you can describe anyone, just like Anne of Green Gables. Great! Now we know how to describe people using is and has, and how to use adjectives to talk about their looks and personalities. Before we practice more, let's warm up a little. Can you remember the characters from our story? Let's see if you can guess who I'm talking about. Before we start learning, let's play a little game. I will describe a character from the story, and you guess who it is. Ready? Let's try the first one. I have red hair and green eyes. I am cheerful and talkative. Who am I? Yes, that's Anne Shirley. Let's try another one. I'm straight but caring. I have short hair and wear glasses. Who am I? That's right, it's Marilla.